and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Amelia Lee. Tazewell police are looking for someone who fired several shots at an officer. Sam Luther spoke to investigators who describe a day unlike any they have ever had.
It would be what a normal person would probably say was just a typical call.
A call of a prowler or suspicious person. This year, the Tazewell Police Department has responded to 268 calls of that nature. The one in the early hours of Thursday morning quickly went south. Officer Andrew Harris arrived at this intersection and was met with gunfire, 5 to 10 shots in his direction.
Fairly close. It was close enough that the officers could hear it whizzing by.
Harris took cover and was able to make it out safely, an officer who had only been with the department for 3 months.
But he is in really good spirits. He's done really well. His training's really good. He's recovered well from it. He's back at it and working hard. No
officer at this department has ever been shot in the line of duty. They still don't know who shot at Harris, as this department wants to stress the dangers of the job. Thankful nobody in this case was hurt.
But thankfully we're here. You have people who step up and who, will put the badge on and take to their community and try to make a difference.
In Tazewell, Sam Luther, WVLT News.
We are told they do have a suspect and believe this will be solved soon. If you have any further information, you are asked to call the Tazewell Police. Crews battled a major fire in Laurel County last night. Firefighters responded to a structure fire on West Laurel Road just before midnight. Crews worked until 1:40 in the morning putting out the fire. The Laurel County Fire Department, Keavy Volunteer Fire Department, and Ambulance Inc. of Laurel County responded to the scene. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire was also not reported. A man is in custody facing charges for a stolen weed eater. 49-year-old Hobart Buttery was taken into custody on December 23rd. According to his arrest citation, London police say they got a report of a burglary on Taylor Drive. Nearby surveillance footage shows a vehicle in the area at the same time of the theft. The homeowners say Buttery had worked for them in the past and had asked for another job but was denied. According to court records, the address where police say the theft happened is connected to the Laurel County Judge Executive. London police say Buttery and the vehicle were later found in Manchester, where he admitted to taking a heater and a weed eater that he says he brought to a home in Lilly. Buttery is due in court tomorrow for a preliminary hearing. Police are searching for a missing person in Wise County, Virginia. If you go ahead, take a look at your screen. Police are looking for 40-year-old Joshua Wade Moore. He's also known as Boxhead. Moore was last seen in the Coburn area, but has not been seen by family members in several weeks. You can contact the Wise County Sheriff's Office with any tips on the case at 276-328-3566. Police say calls will be kept confidential.
It was a chilly start to 2025. We had highs in the mid to upper 30s. Some places did get into the low 40s. Numbers for today played out like this. We made it to 40 in Harlan, as well as Middlesboro, London, Somerset made it to 41. Irvin made it to 37. We made it to 36 in Hazard, as well as over towards Pikeville. Pikeville actually made it to 38. 39 was the high in Prestonsburg. Outside, we're seeing temperatures hovering around freezing. 31 here in Pikeville, 32 in London, as well as Hazard. Feels like temperatures, though, in the mid-20s because we had that wind starting to pick up a little bit. Dew points are down into the mid-20s. So here's a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar. We're seeing a few little renegade snow showers being picked up. We'll go ahead and pinpoint just south of Pikeville across southern Pike County, going into portions of Dickinson and Buchanan County, seeing a little bit of snow at this time. But other than that, that's it in terms of anything major. Now, if you do have plans as we go into the next several hours, we'll stay mainly cloudy. Temperatures will be at 34 by the 10 o'clock time frame. We'll hover around freezing to start your Thursday. Overnight lows, though, will be around 27 degrees. Now, all eyes are on this weekend, and we'll have the latest information on that system coming up in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Amelia.
All right, Eric, thank you. Often around this time of the year, we pause to reflect back on some monumental moments. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says he's already thinking about how to keep the momentum moving forward. Kimberly Keege has the story.
The new year is approaching, and as Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear looks back on 2024, he says he sees a year of growth.
I look forward to talking about where we've come in these last 5 years, because we're not looking at the same Kentucky anymore.
Kentucky garnered national attention. The Commonwealth saw a record-breaking year for exports, with more than $40 billion in products shipped.
We've broken our export record, meaning we're now global. People are looking up to us instead of looking down on us. It is a good time for Kentucky.
Bashir says in this next legislative session, he hopes lawmakers tailor changes to draw more people to call the area home.
We'll continue to talk about what will make Kentucky an even better place. Universal pre-K is something that we desperately need, that so many states we're competing with have.
The Kentucky General Assembly will reconvene on January 7th. The new year brought big changes to Kentucky. One of those changes is the legalization of medical marijuana. Qualifying patients will be able to apply for a state registration card starting today. People with cancer, chronic pain, epilepsy, chronic nausea, and PTSD are some of the conditions covered, though registering does come with some guidelines. The Bureau for Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives says you cannot own or buy a gun if you register to get medical cannabis. 48 dispensaries are allowed to operate across the state. A new law impacting vaping businesses in Kentucky has taken effect. House Bill 11 was designed to keep vaping products away from kids, and it sets fines for businesses who break the law. But some say there is a lot of unintended consequences with the law, and those enforcing it could put some out of business. Also starting today, drivers looking to renew their driver's license in the Commonwealth might need to check in with an optometrist. Prior to this change, drivers only needed an eye exam when initially getting their driver's license. Now drivers will need to complete the driver's vision testing certification form or pass an exam at the DMV at the time of their license renewal. A Real ID is a requirement for some people in the U.S. this year. It's a new type of driver's license that lets people fly in the states. It will allow access to certain nuclear power plants and federal facilities like courthouses. The change goes into effect May 7th. Tennessee lawmakers passed a law they say will help protect your kids. Parents now have to give children permission to use social media sites like Facebook and TikTok. The law also allows parents to see their child's account, set a time limit, and periods where a child can't access their social media account. State Senator Richard Briggs says it will help children and teen health.
We're hearing from experts about the mental health difficulties that our young people's having, and much of that can be traced back to social media.
But how will this be regulated? Senator Briggs says the social media companies will figure it out. The law, nearly getting unanimous support in the House and Senate, could face some backlash. Lawmakers on both sides think there will be lawsuits over this.